We're talking about sectors of circles now, so areas. And let's go for a recap of areas. Let's take a circle here. An area of a circle is the shaded part here that's bounded by the circumference. If we are given a radius of 10 centimeters, what would the formula for an area be? It's pi r squared. So in this case, it would be pi times 10 squared, which is 314.16 centimeters squared, and that was square centimeters for area if we're given the radius in centimeters. Now, sectors of circles are parts of the circle, and we're looking for, where we had arcs, we're looking for the parts of the circumference. Now, sectors are parts of the area, and there's going to be it's going to be the same relationship, same ratio between the total amount and the partial amount. So let's have a look. We've got minor sector and we've got major sector. So in this case, we might say we've got parts A, B and O. So we've got a sector here that's defined by these 3 points. And we're given a center angle of 125 degrees. We're also given the radius, which is 5 centimeters. And we're asked to find the area of each sector, so the minor sector and the major sector. So let's investigate this. First of all, we want to find out the area of the total circle, which is pi times the radius squared. Now the radius is 5 centimeters, so pi times 5 squared, we're given as 78.5 centimeters squared. Now we can find out the sectors of the circle. Let's start with the minor sector, so the pink part. Now this is very similar to when we calculated the arcs. So we've got the sector area, so the sector in this case is this part, and that divided by the total area of the circle. So the ratio between those two is the same as the ratio between the angle at the center, so this angle here, divided by 360 degrees. So we can plug in the area of the circle, and we can plug in the angle at the center. And just like before, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by 78.5, and in your calculator you'll get a sector of 27.3 centimeters squared. Now we can look at the major sector. So the major sector would be the same formula, but what would the angle be this time? So for the minor sector we had this angle, so for the major sector we have to have the other angle. So how would you calculate that? Well, it's going to be the total degrees, so 360, subtract the 125 from that, and what you get is 235. So it's going to be 235 degrees for this part here. And now we can go ahead and our calculator, plug this in. What we get is 51.2 centimeters squared. We know this is right because add these two up, and what you'll be given is 78.5, because both sectors added up gives the total area of the circle. So we know those are both correct. Let's go ahead and have another example. Now we're given a sector here, and we're told a few parameters for it. So we've got A, B, and we've got O, and we're told that the angle AOB, so the angle here is 75 degrees, and we're given the radius as 12 centimeters. So let's calculate the area of the sector. Well, first of all, what's the area of the circle that this sector would belong to? Well, we're given the radius, so we can calculate the area as pi r squared, which is pi times 12 squared, which is 452.4 centimeters squared. So the area of the sector, therefore, would be the center angle divided by 360 times 452.4. And what we get is 94.3 centimeters squared. And that is how we do it.